What's up, everybody? I'm Jay Darkay, and this is the Digital Gaming News Podcast. Today with me I have Nova Lunatic. I've got Pixie. Fuck.
You nearly said piss.
Pixel Pissy. She's gonna get pissy with me if I don't learn her name soon. Fucking
exactly.
hell. And Scotty Bot over here.
How do?
So we got these three guys, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a top 10 video, but rather than just presenting you a top 10 list, we're actually going to create the list here on the show. I got the idea from another show called Deep Fat Fried, just to, you know, I don't want to be accused of stealing their idea. I'm admitting it up front. Okay? So, if you don't like that, then piss off. But yeah, so basically, we're gonna come up with the top 10 video game villains. Each of us has been trying to come up with our own list of our top 10 video game villains, and basically our goal here is to all agree on one top 10 list. So yeah, I guess who's gonna start? I guess
I guess you should.
Scotty, do you want to start?
I can if you want. I'll just dig up my list. Took me a while to think of these, by the way, because I was just trying to think, what do we constitute as a villain? Is it something we fight as a boss, or is it just a character in the story? Because you get a lot of games out there where you don't even fight the main antagonist, do you?
Yeah.
He's just there as a plot line, and even that can be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, from the first one, it's a bit vague. It's a character in the game Diablo 3. He's in the expansion, the Reaper of Souls expansion, and he goes by the name of Urzael. And
okay.
Yeah, spelled Urzael.
Alright, hang on. Fuck.
He's in the
Day. How do you spell that?
Urzael.
From which game?
Diablo 3.
Ah.
Yeah, it's one of Blizzard games. Yeah, that's the one. I mean, the reason...
Let me see.
Yeah. Now, the reason I picked him is he's not that much of a lore-friendly character. There's not much lore to him, at least not that I know of. But the reason I picked him is purely for the boss fight itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like Diablo 3. It's a great game. Season 13 started now, just as a heads up for fans of it. But I've got to be brutally honest, the bosses in the game aren't really that inspiring, to be honest with you. They're just sort of like another enemy that you have to fight with more health and more abilities sometimes. It's a bit different with Urzael, and the reason I say that is when you meet him on top of a clock tower like you'll see or a church tower in the pictures, and the pictures don't really do it justice. I mean, you're fighting him in that area, he's literally setting the place on fire. You've got the operatic music in the background, so it's a pretty dramatic fight.
Right.
Which is quite rare for the game, I think.
I wish I could say I've played it, but I haven't. So I'm gonna take your word on all of that.
It is a good game, but like I said, even the main villains in the game, usually it's just a case of you turn up, you knock the health down, they turn into something else, you knock the health down,
right.
They turn into something else, they die, you move on. But this one, it does, like I say, it does put a sense of drama on it. I mean, It's like you hear the music in the background, it's all orchestral and all that. He'll be burning the place down around you, essentially.
Right.
And just kind of draws you into it. So that's my vague one.
So I'll say, yeah, that counts as a villain. There doesn't have to be a lot to them as long as they're, he's a bad guy and you fight him. And if he left an impression on you, then he definitely belongs on your top 10 list, I think he looks pretty cool, personally.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what the other guys think, if they've played the game or not. Or
yeah, who else is...
I haven't, so I don't know anything about Diablo 3 or any Diablo game, so I haven't been able to play that game, so I take your word for it too.
I mean...
I haven't.
You haven't played it either.
No.
I played Diablo 3 for like 10 minutes, and I kind of got bored of it, but, I don't know.
Yeah, it's personal choice. I mean, I've got some better ones on my list, but that's just one of the ones I like. It's a game I like, so I figured it's worth a mention.
I definitely have a few here that I don't think anyone else will know, but yeah, that's that's fine. What's your next one?
Oh, you want me to put another one out?
You want us to... We can each do one.
Yeah.
And okay. I guess I'll go next then. Or do you want to go next, Nova?
Still kind of trying to figure out the list.
Yeah, that's fine. Just try and come up with your favorite villain, and work your way down from there. I guess I'll go next then. Was that your number one, by the way?
No.
No.
He's sort of like my bottom.
Okay, then.
My bottom bitch, basically.
Oh, you're going from bottom to the top, okay?
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll do the same thing.
Do that. I'll do the same too.
Well, I don't really have an order. They're just that was my most sketchy one.
If he doesn't want to.
Wait, what's up?
You don't have to do that. You go from the bottom since you're still trying to figure it out, but you don't have to go from the bottom of your list.
I wanted to start with my first one.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna go with a very weak entry on my list, I think. Let's see. Now, I know at least one person's gonna laugh at me here, but Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh my god! Come on! That was my number 10!
Really?
I don't know.
That was my number 10! No fair! J-Dark, you're on to me!
Flip-flops.
What are you saying, Nova?
I'm not sure if he's really considered a villain, because he tends to flip-flop.
Yeah. But he does have an antagonist role in multiple Sonic games. Even in games where he's played, where you play as him, he still plays the antagonist role. I mean, he's the main character of the villain mode of Sonic Adventure 2. Right, so I think he definitely classifies as a villain.
Sure.
He does.
Yeah. In terms of games he's been in, I think he doesn't have a lot to show for. I just always thought he was kind of cool, He was like Sonic, but he was black and red, and he was, he had a dark, mysterious backstory, and that nobody understood, and I still probably don't understand to this day. But I don't know. I just always kind of liked Shadow.
He was Sonic, but edgier.
Yeah, and I mean Sonic.
Exactly.
Sonic was a little bit edgy, for the time, and fucking Shadow that was like emo Sonic to me, and I was like, that's awesome. So I don't know. He's a villain that's kind of always stuck with me.
He does look like emo Sonic, if I'm honest.
Yeah. All right. Pixie, you want to go next?
Well, I'm sorry. Well then, you stole my number 10 choice, so you don't need to even change your picture because it's Shadow the Hedgehog too.
Do you want to?
Well,
Well, we're trying to like contribute something new to the list each time.
okay.
But
Well,
I guess you can. I guess you can say quickly why you put him on the list.
Okay.
Since
I put it on the list because since I played Shadow the Hedgehog, the picture of the game is there. Well, he's been like my favorite character, and also played Sonic 2 Adventure Battle, and I just love Shadow overall because he's so edgy, like you said, and like I like the way he is, and he's alike but different from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Look at him. He's fucking Sonic with a gun.
Exactly.
Where else are you gonna get that?
There's much people who hate Shadow the Hedgehog,
Yeah.
that game over there, but I don't get it because I totally love the game.
It's not a great game, but
It's not great.
It's memorable and it's
Yeah.
it's kind of shitty in a fun way, I think.
Yeah, I don't consider it shitty. I really like the game. Still don't understand why people don't like the game. Because first of all, Shadow the Hedgehog is my favorite
It was
character.
frustrating as hell. It was just
Oh,
it was broken.
there I can agree.
It was
There I
broken
can agree.
and just glitchy as fuck, as most of the Sonic games.
Oh, but glitches are fun.
Forever.
You gotta admit, glitches are fun sometimes, so you gotta embrace the glitches.
Yeah,
But
not in games like Sonic 06.
No. I haven't played that game and never will.
Oh, don't even waste your time.
It has a special place in my heart considering that I still own the game and I still play it, so one of my favorite ones overall.
So
childhood.
So do you want to move on, or do you want to give us your next one on the list?
Yeah, I will give you the next one on the list.
Okay.
My number 9 choice is Ruvik from The Evil Within. The first game.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
That's a cool looking.
I know. I fell in love with this.
I've not played the game.
I haven't played it either, but I didn't got the chance to. But I saw the whole gameplay of the game, and the things that he does on the game, his story, impacted.
Yeah, maybe explain a couple of those things. Like, what does he do that makes him so awesome?
Okay. The story is that, like, Ruvik, I think he's the one who makes some type of No. There's this organization that uses Ruvik's brain to create the world around the main character. And it's really like confusing the story, but you gotta play the game or you gotta see the gameplay because the gameplay is awesome.
Is he like
it's so weird. It messes with you, okay?
Is he like one of these characters in horror films and games where he's sort of like the guy that gets experimented on and then turns into an absolute bastard because of it?
Because Ruvik is like a person who is not mentally great. He has mental problems because he had a tough childhood. His sister sacrificed herself to save Rubik. His sister died on a barn. On a barn. She was like roasted to death. And it was really sad when I saw that part of the game because it shows. And it was horrible. He has some mental problems, and the people experiment on him. And since he has, like, bad experience in life and he doesn't have a good mental health, all the things happen on the game. All the bad things happen because of him. He's controlling everything from his mind. And it's really like, it's fucked up, but I love it.
Well, that's the definition of a good villain. It's fucked up, but you love him.
Exactly. It's scary too, but I love him.
Yeah. Alright. Nova, do you have one?
I think so.
Right. You want?
Tell us. I want to know.
Actually, you guys
All right. We'll keep going. We'll come back to
keep
you.
going.
Right.
We'll come back.
Gary, what was your first one?
Urzael from Diablo 3.
Another Diablo one.
No, that was my first one.
Okay.
Ah.
Right. So we've got those three. Nova, if you don't want to like add to the list, like you don't have to, like, because we're gonna come up with a bunch of these, and you know, if you can only come up with a few, you know, that's fine. We can. Yeah. Okay.
This part.
Yeah, Gary, you want to do your next one?
Okay, my next one is probably one you'll be more familiar with.
Right.
Albert Wesker from Resident Evil.
Okay.
Which Resident Evil?
Well, the character Albert Wesker. He's been in a few, hasn't he?
I don't. It doesn't ring a bell for me. Let's see if I see him.
Yeah. Which? Right. Yeah. He's pretty.
Oh yeah. I know who he is.
Well,
He's pretty.
The reason-
He's been in every.
well, I'm not just talking about him in a particular game.
Right.
I'm talking about him across the Resident Evil series as a whole.
Right.
I mean,
And in Resident Evil 7, I saw him.
yeah. And it's like in the very first Resident Evil game, he starts off as the main protagonist's friend. The main protagonist being Chris Redfield.
Right.
Wesker was Chris's boss, and during the events of the game, he develops into his enemy. And then through the rest of the games, they develop a sort of like a rivalry. And I think that's a good thing for you to have for a villain in your game.
Right.
Is this boss just simply another obstacle to get knocked out of the way? Or does it actually matter to the main character
Yes.
if he gets this character out of the way or not? That's sort of like the relationship Chris Redfield has with Albert Wesker. There's a rivalry there. And there was another character in Resident Evil I almost picked called Jack Krauser from Resident Evil 4. I almost picked him because you don't really get a boss fight with Albert Wesker until Resident Evil 5. In the other games, the first one, and I think it was either Code Veronica. He was just a plotline addition.
Right.
He was just part of the plot. But I almost picked this other guy because he was a better boss battle, but I think Wesker was the better villain because he had more of a presence.
I'm
in a game series.
I'm most familiar with him in Resident Evil 4. That's the one I played the most. I've so yeah, I remember him as a pretty, menacing character, mysterious, and
Yeah,
definitely is an iconic video game character.
yeah. I mean, the series has killed him off now. He got killed off in the 5th game. But like I said, the character Chris Redfield, he saw like Wesker's main rival in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the two absolutely despise each other.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this stems from the very first game where Wesker was essentially Chris's boss, and Chris did actually respect the guy until he turned on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I guess I'll give my next one. I'm gonna say Ganon from the Legend of Zelda series. Is it? No. There we go.
To talk about him, so I'll leave you to them.
So, who else has this on their list?
I don't.
Hello!
Yeah, I know you did.
It's obvious!
Yeah. I have Ganon down low on my list because
But
I think there's so many great
Ganon?
characters. Sorry, what was that?
Which of all the Ganons there are? Or in general?
Well, no, see, I like Ganon as a whole, okay? Because each Ganon is just I mean, okay, like I like the idea of Ganon. He's this powerful what was he, like a wizard or something? And he has time and time again cheated death. Like he's been killed. Okay. In villains like Bowser. Okay, Bowser doesn't get killed at the end of each Mario game. He just gets knocked off a fucking platform into some lava where he recovers later. Okay. Ganon gets legit killed at the end of each game, and he always comes back. That's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah. The only Ganon I didn't like very much, it was Calamity Ganon. I think it was lacking.
You know what? I heard the name Calamity Ganon so many times in that game that I didn't even want to fucking think about him. Shut the fuck up with your Calamity Ganon, you fuckers. Just call him Ganon.
I didn't like them.
Fucking hell.
The battle was lacking. I wanted more. Like, it went off so fast. I beat him so fast, I was like, I wanted the challenge. I wanted more.
Right.
And I didn't have that, so... That's my least favorite Ganon now.
Yeah, so Ganon is pretty cool. It's pretty menacing, pretty mysterious. But you don't know that much about him. And he doesn't have a ton of good dialogue that's memorable.
No, it's true.
Yeah, so
But he
that's
is
why
a memorable character.
He is a memorable
like
character, but he doesn't say much, and he doesn't do much other than just try and take over Hyrule. There are better villains in Legend of Zelda, and I'm gonna get to one of them a little bit later. Pixie, do you want to give us your next one?
Okay, my next one is not from Nintendo, or is it? Oh, wait, it is. Well, it's Sia from Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
Well, it's not from Nintendo. It's from, I forgot the name of the guys who made Hyrule Warriors. I forgot the company. My bad.
Right. Okay. Yes, she has very big tits.
I know.
Noted. That is the first thing I know. Okay. Yeah, I know her.
Yeah,
She's
I liked her because it was different. Also, every time it's Ganon, and
yeah.
in this, The Legend of Zelda game, that it wasn't really a The Legend of Zelda game. It was made not by Nintendo, by another company that I forgot their name right now. So my
Oh.
bad for that.
Wasn't made by
But
Team Ninja.
yeah, I think it is. Like they spiced it up with a
Yeah.
new villain, and it was Sia. Sia
Right.
wants to take over the Triforce, wants to take over every land on Hyrule. He's the competition of Ganondorf on the game. When you play as Ganondorf on the game, Ganondorf is constantly fighting with Sia for to get Triforce and to conquer Hyrule, and that's how I like about her.
Right.
That's what I like about her.
Yeah, she's pretty. She has an interesting character model.
And spoiler, but
Fuck. I do remember her. She is a pretty good villain. It's the fighting her was really fucking hard. But then don't you
what?
you unlock her as a character too, right?
Yeah, you can play as her. And plot twist, she is half of another character, of a new character in the game.
Right.
She is the bad half of the good character.
Right. I believe I remember that. That game's actually going to be re-released on the Switch soon. That's pretty
I'm
cool.
gonna buy it.
I
That's
think,
a must buy for me.
you know what? I bought it on the Wii U. I bought it on the 3DS. I'm not buying it a third time.
I don't have it, so I'm gonna buy it for this console because I need that game. And since it has every character from the Wii U and the 3DS all in one, I'm not gonna get this version. I got the chance to play the 3DS one and the Wii U one. They're pretty good,
Right.
so
So we're gonna move
I
on.
really
We're gonna move on here. Nova, are you ready yet, or should I just do mine?
Okay, so
One.
no, I haven't really played many newer games, so most of my stuff is gonna be based off of the classics.
That's perfectly
I
fine.
think so better.
That's good.
My most my bottom list, or yeah, the bottom part of the list is Robotnik
Right.
from Sonic.
Yes, the retroness.
Yeah, we don't call him Robotnik now, do we?
Dr. Robotnik
Yeah.
or Eggman.
But Robotnik was the first
Or
enemy.
Eggman.
No, Eggman is the descendant of Robotnik.
Personally,
They're two persons.
I don't like Robotnik or Eggman as a villain or as a character. I've just never I liked, that's why I wished like Shadow was the main villain, but unfortunately the main villain of the series we didn't get someone all that likable, in my opinion.
Robotnik is kind of stupid sometimes.
Yeah,
But I like him.
but that's also why
I
he's
don't
on the bottom
love
of
him.
my list.
Right.
I don't love him, but I like him.
Yeah, we don't have to go on too long about these. We can get more into detail when we get higher up on our lists.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just what's my next one here?
Do I not get a turn?
You didn't go? Fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, okay. Your turn then. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm allowed, of course.
Okay. Right, I did
Right.
miss you. Okay,
Yeah. Right.
let's go.
Right.
Let's
My
go.
next one
Fuck.
is from.
Waiting.
I'm telling you. Shut your cock hole.
Let's gotta go.
Yeah. Right. My next one is Pagan Min from Far Cry 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Pagan Min.
Which character is that?
Fuck.
I don't know much about Far Cry, so.
Yeah, it's good. Some of the villains you get in those are good. Pagan, A-N-M-I-N.
Right.
Yeah, this guy here.
Okay. I want to hear what you
right.
have to say about this.
He looks gay!
I have something to say about him as well. Go.
What?
Yeah, well, he's gay.
Oh, he's gay? Okay.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Right. The thing is, with the recent Far Cry games, like Far Cry 3 and 4, they seem to be pushing out quite good villains, I find.
Yes.
The crack with this guy is you go to the nation that he's ruling over as a dictator. Now, the main reason your character in the game is going there is you want to lay your mother's ashes to rest at a certain place, right? Now, the funny thing is about this boss is, despite the fact he's the antagonist, he's actually the only guy that can help you. He's the only guy that actually cares about helping you.
Right.
And as time goes on, as time goes on, you do learn that a lot of your allies in the game are, strictly speaking, no better than him.
Right.
I mean, he's a ruthless dictator. He kills people just off the cuff. He tortures people. But you find two of the allies in the game that you work with to bring this guy's regime down. When all's said and done, they're no better than he is. But then you've got this guy here. Yes, he's an absolute psychopath. Yes, he's an absolute bastard. But he's, like I said, he's the only one that can help you. He's
Right.
the only one that's actually willing to help you as well.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
put him on mine as well. I was gonna say pretty much the same thing you said. I like him because he's honest. If you play, if like you probably know about the Easter egg at the beginning of the game, where if you stand around and wait for him long enough during the opening, he'll actually come back, lead you to your mother's grave, and the credits will roll. It's a secret ending. So this is a character. This is a villain. He's very, he's entertaining. He's kind of imposing. He's very menacing, but he's actually honest.
He's the bad guy, but
Like-
he's the good guy.
It's
Yeah.
not so much that he's the good guy. It's just that
No, he's
when
not the good guy, but he's fucking he's the only character from what I recall that doesn't fucking bullshit you. Everyone else is full of shit. He's not.
and it does get to a point, you'll hear him talk to you over the radio, your character's radio. You know, you'll have a little snide remark here and there. He'll try and have a little joke. But the thing is, when he starts talking about some of the people that you're dealing with, eventually you do think, oh crap, he's got a point.
Yeah. Definitely a great entry. Right, we had that, and that. Okay. Wait. No. What did Oh, right. My bad. Okay, Pagan Min added to the list.
Yeah.
Right. My next one is, and honestly, I don't know why he's so low on this list. Dracula.
Okay.
I'll be more specific. Dracula from the Castlevania series.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know about you
You've
guys.
actually taken my next one off me, you prick.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but the opening of Symphony of the Night is one of the most fucking iconic moments of gaming. You
Yeah.
know, and whether it's a bunch of cheesy ass dialogue or not, it's fucking awesome. And Dracula is pretty much like epic in a lot of the Castlevania games, and like the journey to getting to him is one thing, but then fighting him is like the fucking hardest thing you've ever done,
Mhm.
and it's one of the most rewarding villains to beat at the end of each Castlevania. So that's definitely that's why I chose him. Why did you choose him?
I chose him from the Lords of Shadow games. Not necessarily Symphony of the Night, even though Symphony of the Night is an awesome game in its own right. But have you ever played Lords of Shadow?
No, I started it, but I never got into it. I've mostly
Well,
played the side scrollers.
Well,
I
in
don't- yeah.
the second one, you play as Dracula, and he's not so much the gameplay. I mean, I'm not going to say the gameplay in those games is great. It's good, but not brilliant. But the way the character's portrayed, the way it's voice acted, he's voice acted by Robert Carlyle in these games, and it's just well done character in my view. Even in the animation one on Netflix, you watched
Right.
that?
No, I haven't.
Watch it. It's only 4 episodes long, but it's good. Watch it.
I would say Dracula is one of my favorite all-time villains of movies, literature, anything. So I really don't know why I put him so low on my list. But Dracula, there we are. Pixie, you got another one for us?
Yes, my next one is King Dice. Let's go ahead of it on the newer side and on the retro side. It's from Cuphead.
Okay.
Have you guys played Cuphead, first of all?
No, not yet, but I
have
wanna.
not.
That's the
I've
most
watched.
hard game you have ever seen. Trust me, it could be harder than Dark Souls.
Right.
I got the chance to play it, and I died on the first level more than 10 times. The first level. More than 10
I'm
times.
waiting for it to come out on the Switch.
I won it on the Switch. I played it because a friend of mine brought the game to college and we were playing together. One of the bosses. We actually beat the boss together. But when I tried to play it alone, it was hell. That game is extremely difficult, and I like King Dice because, first of all, his theme song is amazing. It's really catchy. The boss fight is kind of easy, but first you gotta play like between like there 1, 2, 3, 4 like 4 or 5 mini bosses before you get to fight him. And then like that experience overall, I like it.
Right.
And that's why I choose him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one.
And come on, it's an old style game. So
Yeah.
I like retro. So
Right.
this game
Yeah.
is amazing.
It's
overall.
I'll say it's a cool character design. And I do want to play the game. But I haven't, so I don't have anything to say about it. I guess Nova, do you have another one?
So kind of going back to the whole Nintendo aspect,
Right.
I
Well,
have Bowser.
Okay.
I'm the
He was your
expert
number
of
one, wasn't he?
Nintendo.
Mine,
me,
Number
no.
one? No.
No, Bowser's not on my list. And
Bowser's amazing.
I'm going to
laughing.
I was going to save this for later, but I'm going to argue why I think Bowser does not belong on this list.
Back in a minute, guys.
Okay.
All right. Well, Nova, you tell us why you have Bowser here, and then I'll tell you why he doesn't belong here. Go.
Well, I mean, from what you said before, even though he does lose every single time,
He's a loser.
he does fall in lava, and he just takes it. But he still comes back.
This is a world where a mushroom will bring you back if you're dead.
Hey,
It's not that impressive to fall in lava and survive. I mean, he's fucking Bowser. He has all kinds of fucking magic on his side.
he
He's got fucking
good.
those magic Koopas that go and revive him after he's dead or whatever the fuck. He's always got something up his sleeve.
He has stomach.
Which, I mean, I guess that could be an argument for why he is good. But honestly, I think Bowser is kind of a joke. I think, like, it's such a... As a character, he's so bland. What are his motivations? Nothing. Just, I want to kidnap the princess. You know?
Yeah.
And he does the same thing every time. He kidnaps the princess, hides her in a castle, gets his ass beat by Mario, and then goes back to doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. And when he's not redoing the same fucking plan that's failed a million times to kidnap the princess, he's go-karting with his arch rival and playing fucking tennis and shit. What the fuck is this? How can anyone take Bowser seriously? Look at him! Look at his fucking wedding suit! What the fuck is that? That's not normal! That's not fucking
Ganon
normal!
has a reason to kidnap Zelda, at least.
I was kind of going back
Ganon
on
kidnaps Zelda because she has the Triforce. Bowser kidnaps the princess because... What the fuck?
Just
Sorry,
because,
Nova.
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but fuck. Bowser. No. You know
But,
what?
I was kind of basing it off of like the 1 and 3, like Mario 1 and Mario 3.
Well, they're very original ones.
For all of that.
See, if I were to put Bowser on this list, it would be this Bowser right here, Paper Bowser. Because in the Paper Mario games, at least the original ones before they all got fucking... I can fucking rant about that for hours. You know, in the old Paper Mario games, Bowser, he was still a villain, but he was actually useful, and, you know, he had his own motivations, but he always ended up on Mario's side, and I think those games are like good examples of Bowser as a character. Bowser kind of questions himself, even, like, why do I keep kidnapping the princess? You know, like, there's little jokes made about it in the Paper Mario games, and even in the Mario and Luigi games, right?
Oh my
it's kind
God.
of it's kind of a like, Bowser's kind of poking fun at himself, you know, and that's why I think that Paper Bowser is the only Bowser that can be taken seriously. That or Skeleton Bowser. Skeleton Bowser is pretty badass. Dry Bowser, it's called.
To be fair, though, a character like Bowser or any Mario game, you're not really meant to take them too seriously, are you?
Yeah, and I know I'm fighting a losing battle on this one. I know he's gonna end up on the list, but I mean, he's hugely iconic, and I get that.
Yes, he's a mascot.
yeah, I'm just not impressed with him as a character. So, here we go. Bowser's on the list. Right.
The one.
I
Um,
warned
one
you
with
that it was
trunks
the
be on
classic
list.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's
I'm gonna.
next?
Fuck.
I think Scott is
Scotty's
next, no?
next.
No, I think it's you next.
And then me, okay.
We got. Fuck.
It's you
You
next.
got caught
Okay.
this.
Doesn't really matter as long as we, okay. Shea Gorath from the Elder Scrolls series.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm not sure you could class him as a villain.
Why not?
State your case. Let's go.
I mean, I've only experienced him in Skyrim and Oblivion. Okay? I don't think he's ever acted as an antagonist towards you.
Did you play the DLC for Oblivion?
Yeah, Shimmering Isles, but he sends you around on. I think I know where you're going with this. Actually, you're going to go along the old Jiggalag thing, aren't you?
Yeah, there's that.
That's the route I think you're going to go down, aren't you?
Well, I think Shea Gorath himself. I mean, he's a shifty character. Okay.
Yeah.
He's up to no good usually. He's. I would. I don't know. Maybe. Would you call him? Maybe he's chaotic neutral. Actually, I was gonna call him chaotic good, but then I don't think he's that.
I mean, I remember the story of Shimmering Isles. You go there, you meet Shea Gorath. He's basically grooming you to take over as the Lord of the Shimmering Isles. And to do that, you have to take on a threat called the Grey March, led by another Daedric prince called Jiggalag. But the twist in the story is that Jiggalag is Shea Gorath. They're the same person. So if you were going down that route, then I could concede the point.
But I don't like Jiggalag as a character. I like Shea Gorath as a character.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think with Jiggalag's the only way you can really weave that into him being antagonistic.
He's a Daedric prince. I mean, technically, all the Daedric princes are villains. They're all evil to some extent.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's about 16 of them, aren't there, in the game? Well,
there's the divines, and then there's the Daedric princes, right?
And if you look into the lore of Elder Scrolls, this is something I've looked into because I enjoy the game so much. There's only one thing separating the divines, or Aedra, and the Daedra, and it's the world that you play the game in, Mundus, right? Now, Tamriel's just a continent you play on. Mundus is the world as a whole. In the lore of it, the Aedra are the ones that created Mundus. The Daedra, on the other hand, had nothing to do with it. That's the only separating line between the two of them. Some of the Daedra are evil.
I mean, I agree that not all of the Daedra are necessarily evil, but I think they're kind of meant to be put in that place.
They're portrayed that way, yeah, and by the culture of the Elder Scrolls games. Like, you don't really see Daedra worship outside of Morrowind much. Outside of Morrowind, it's pretty much taboo, but inside of Morrowind, a lot of them do freely worship Daedric princes.
Right.
Like Boethia, even though Boethia is one of the more nastier ones.
See, I was gonna say Molag Bal, but I just like Shea Gorath so much more as a character. But I do see your point. Maybe we won't put him in the villain spot.
Yeah.
So
I don't. The only way I could see you weaving him into the villain slot is if you sort of like frame Jiglag in with him.
yeah.
You don't like Jiglag as a character.
I mean, I don't dislike him. It just didn't stick in my head. Like Sheogorath, his many different forms are what interests me.
Yeah, but ultimately, every time you encounter him in an Elder Scrolls game, be it Oblivion or Skyrim, even without the DLC,
Right.
you encounter Sheogorath at a Daedric Shrine and you benefit from it in the same way
Yeah.
you do in Skyrim. You get
That is-
Wabbajack.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so we'll leave him off.
My turn.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. My next character is the number 6 one, Monica from Ducky Ducky Literature.
Yes. I completely forgot.
Literature Club.
Okay,
Literature. Monica with a K.
Monika.
okay.
Doki Doki. Okay, I choose that one. I didn't play the game, but I saw the game.
Is she a
Even
villain?
so, she's
She
the villain.
is.
She doesn't look.
Even so, the game's really fucked up. But like the game has really delicate themes, like suicide and everything down, and
I've heard
that
a
part
sum-
was.
I've heard a summary of it.
The game's really harsh.
Yeah.
But the game is actually Monica killing everyone because you don't love her and
Right.
you don't fall for her. You fall for the other girls. And she makes them all act weird and stuff like that. The first one hangs herself. The second one acts really weird, and the third one kills herself, stabbing her in the heart multiple times. That's the crazy one. And at the end, she's not as evil as you thought she would because she sacrificed herself to save you as you try to delete everything.
Hmm.
And you gotta play the game playing with the files you have on the computer. The files you have on your computer play a big role on the game.
Yeah, I
You
heard
gotta
of that. That's
the
that's
file
not
of
a
the
gimmick that impresses me anymore.
Yeah, and like I was so amazed with the game. The story hit me hard a little bit because I have persons who suffer from
Right.
in my life from depression and everything like that, and it hit me hard because of that. I have a really close person in my life who suffers from that.
Hmm.
But the game overall is really good. I really liked it, and Monica was really, really, really good implemented on the game.
All right.
That's the
Who's next?
I'll fire another one out if you want.
Right.
My next one is the End from Metal Gear Solid 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Straw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as you can tell, he's no spring chicken.
Right.
And this is the funny thing about why I picked him, right? There's 3 ways you can kill this boss, right? I'll save the best one for last. This is the best way you kill this boss. I'll save that for last, right? The first way you can beat him is early on in the story, you see him getting wheeled around in a wheelchair in one of the cutscenes, right? And if you're quick enough, when the cutscene ends, he's still there in the game and you can shoot and kill him. Alright? The second way you can kill him is, well, you can see with the way he's equipped, he's a sniper.
Right.
The second way is a bit long-winded. It's the way the game intends you to beat him. It's basically you moving through the bushes while he's camped out somewhere, nigh on impossible to see a lot of the time, and you basically got to shoot him before he shoots you. But this is the third way of beating him, and it's the weirdest way you can beat him. Remember I said he's not exactly young. If you save the game, take the game out of your tray, don't touch the game for a week, right? Then come back to it, load it up, you'll find that he's died of old age.
Right, I heard of that.
For real? That's kind of
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
Well, what a lot of people would do would be this was originally on PS2, this game.
Right.
I mean, it's been updated for newer consoles, but you could save the game, stop it, adjust your PS2's clock for 1 week later, reload the game up, and he'll have died of old age. You can actually look this up on YouTube. Yeah.
I want to see that. I'm gonna look it up. That looks really cool.
So if you've ever had a mate who's playing a game, he's struggling with a boss, and you crack the joke that, oh bloody hell, this guy's going to die of old age before you kill him. There literally is a boss where you can do that.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll play for the game.
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid games are on my list. I need to get through those soon. Nova, you got one?
The next one that I have on here is Dr. Cortex from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, my childhood!
Oh, bloody hell.
Let me alone. Let me alone. I'm a retro one.
It
Yeah.
Yes.
with him, I know that.
No, go on.
Now with him, I know that he, like, all of his plans have been constantly foiled by Crash and everyone else, but at the same time, he's the one who plans out all of this stuff, like all of these.
Right. Look, I mean, that's not a reason not to put a character on the list. I mean, a lot of villains are foiled. I just personally think that the character needs to be likable too, and I just don't think Bowser's all that likable, personally. But
We're not talking about Bowser.
I know that. I'm saying, Dr. Cortex, on the other hand, I think he is a likable character. He can be kind of funny,
Yeah.
And,
I love him.
right. So yeah.
And for most people, he succeeds 99% of the time. Apparently, Crash Bandicoot fucking nails.
Right. Okay. What have I got here? I got Ridley from Metroid.
Uh-huh. My other childhood.
No, go away. Bad.
We're not going to, we're not talking about the colleges here.
We're going to this college, okay? We're all going to enroll. Better ourselves. Okay, Ridley. Fucking... I believe this character is named after Ridley Scott because it resembles a xenomorph.
Yeah.
I think Ridley is just he's a cool boss. Fighting him is always like banging your head against a brick wall, and beating him is always very rewarding. He doesn't have much backstory, you know, but he's always just kind of there in Samus's way, you know? He wants to fucking kill Samus, and that's all you really
Like-
need to know. You know?
It's like that annoying enemy that's everywhere.
Yes. I don't know. I always kind of liked Ridley.
I haven't played a game of Metroid with Villian.
He's usually, a boss.
Does he appear in Fusion?
What?
He doesn't appear in Fusion,
Yeah, he did.
or does he? He did?
Yeah.
Then I need to play it again because I don't remember.
That's alright. Do you have one for me?
For
Pixie?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do. Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts.
Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Oh.
gonna put this on my list,
Yeah?
but
Yes.
you know what? I'm just gonna. It's your list item. You talk about it.
But tell me, you were gonna say something
No,
negative about it.
No, I'm not gonna say something negative. I just.
Oh, you have it in your list,
Okay,
like right now?
The first reason is because I didn't know if everybody would know who Xehanort is. That's why I didn't
Who
put him on the
doesn't
list.
know who he is?
The other reason is because he's so fucking confused. Like, Xehanort is fucking everybody in Kingdom Hearts.
I know.
And it's just...
I don't know the story of Kingdom Hearts completely because of that. He's Terra. He's also he owns Organization 13.
He's everybody. Just everyone is Xehanort.
Everybody.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think he is a good evil
Now,
person.
I like Xehanort specifically from Birth by Sleep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think that the way... Oh, I should have...
I hate him. He took Terra from me. You know that? Also, I was heartbroken when I
Oh,
finished
hold on.
Terra's
Yeah.
story. I hate him. Like he invaded so many stuff. He planned it. He plotted. He did. Oh, I
and
hate that.
It was like the way he did what he did. It reminded me.
Exactly.
It reminded me of the story of the Emperor in the Star Wars prequels, except it was good. You know, it was worth.
It was but I
it was
still
worth my
hated
time.
it.
You know, I've always thought that like the Star Wars prequels would be better if they were just about the Emperor, and I think like this is like the sort of story that I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that, and this is the sort of story that could have been, in my opinion. Xehanort is kind of cool. He's got all these fucking plans
He has
set
no
up.
chill.
He's got
He has no chill.
yeah, he's got fucking plans set in motion like years and years in advance, and he's got like all these like people, like he's all these people working for him, and it's just so.
I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to see what this goes.
Oh yeah, cannot wait for that
I
shit.
can't wait.
As much as I love talking about as much as I love talking about Kingdom Hearts, let's move on to the next entry. Scotty, have you got one?
I do, and I suspect some of you might have this guy as well. Sephiroth.
Right.
I
Final
was
Fantasy
gonna
VII.
put it on my list, but I didn't.
Yeah.
That's a good one. that
I
also appears in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. I cannot. I still have not been able to kill him in Kingdom Hearts 2.
This was the first ever Final Fantasy game I ever played, the 7th one,
Right.
and I just remember, yeah, that's definitely a cool villain going on there.
Yeah.
And it's you listen to the story of what he's doing, you think to yourself, yeah, he learned a bit about himself, gone the wrong way on it, decided, you know what, fuck a lot of you, I'm just going to kill a lot of you. That's the general gist of it.
Yeah.
But then I actually thought at the time, yeah, he's just a generic villain. But then Final Fantasy VIII came out, and I looked at the equivalent that it had, a character called Zephyr.
Right.
It was sort of like a rival to the main character in the game, and I looked at his motivations and I thought, grow up, you whinging twat. I mean, he was one of these that was kicking off because he wasn't getting his own way, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I think it starts with an S. Zephyr. Siefer.
Okay.
Yeah. But Sephiroth himself, that's, well, I don't see why he...
No.
Seifer.
Sephiroth.
That's it.
Oh,
That's him,
Cypher. Okay, yeah, he's nothing to Sephiroth.
He was crap. I just remember his
Didn't
story
even
developing.
fucking remember him. That's how it...
Yeah.
But yeah, Sephiroth is definitely... I mean, the fucking one wing, the long-ass sword,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you see him at the start of it when Cloud's telling his bullshit story about how he knew Sephiroth, and you've got that fight scene where they're fighting that dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dragon comes along to Cloud, bitch slaps him, goes along to Sephiroth, hits him with something. It's like, sorry, Breeze here. What's going on?
Yeah.
Do you
fucking-
sneeze?
That game, that bit of the game made me feel weak as fuck.
Yeah.
So did the part that preceded it, where you come up to that fucking snake thing in the sand, and like, it's like so hard to kill, and then you see it's like killed, like Sephiroth killed it in like one blow. It's
Yeah.
like, holy fuck, Sephiroth is strong.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Sephiroth is pretty cool. He was a bit higher on my list. He was third on my list.
Well, we're up to... Where are we on mine? Well, he was number 5 on my list.
Right, yeah, I think I'm up to the 5th
Oh,
on mine too.
Yeah.
Right, I guess, oh, Nova, you got one?
The next one, for me, would be Dural from Virtual Fighter.
How do you spell that?
Dural
Just
from Virtua Fighter.
Right. Okay. So we've got a,
It's like the T-1000 off a Terminator, isn't it?
tell us about this guy.
So,
Or is it...
in the actual game itself, at least the version that I played, which was the second one, there wasn't much of a story, but there was an anime prior to the game coming out, and so I'm kind of basing it off of that.
Right.
And basically, what who Dural was a robot created by this organization, which I can't remember what the name of it was, but they made this robot able to fight any and all forms of martial arts there were.
Cool.
To obviously beat the protagonist or antagonist. Yeah.
Okay.
I played this a bit when I was a kid. I didn't get that far on it because I only ever played it in the arcade. So was he one of these characters that like took on different fighting styles? Like, did he copy other characters, sort of thing? Or
if I can talk. So basically, Durrell, the robot was able to fight in any style, and that either the other person fought in or otherwise. Like,
so he's that fighting game character that like can do like that can take on like the move set of any other character, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
so he's
kind of like Inferno in the Soul Calibur games.
So he's kind of like what Shang Tsung was in Mortal Kombat. Because the very first Mortal Kombat game, Shang Tsung was the end boss, and he could shapeshift into other characters. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna go on to my next one here. Here is a Zelda villain that I really like.
I hope we don't have the... Okay, we don't have the...
Skull Kid.
Yay! Skull Kid!
Okay.
It's one of the best. I agree with you there.
Skull Kid, here's why I like Skull Kid, okay? Ganon is pissed off. What does he do? He kidnaps a princess and terrorizes a kingdom and tries to find a fucking Triforce or whatever. Skull Kid says, fuck all that. I'm gonna fucking crush the world with the moon. I'm gonna bring the moon down on us, and I'm gonna just fucking kill everybody.
Exactly, because a Skull Kid was possessed by Majora's Mask.
Okay, Skull Kid had to have had like some kind of Skull Kid had like some kind of darkness in him that the mask brought out. Okay.
Well, it was sadness because he was all alone and he lost his friends to 4 giants.
Okay, but Skull
and
Kid...
Majora's Mask used that against him.
Yes, but Skull Kid was an asshole before he got the mask. Okay, and with the mask he had the power to do whatever he wanted, and what he did was take the fucking moon out of the sky and try and crash it into the fucking planet. Okay, show me another villain that's got those kind of fucking balls.
Well, I'll show you.
He was willing. Not only was he willing to fucking bring the moon down, like crash the moon into the Earth, but he was in the fucking moon's path. He was willing to die along with everyone else. Okay.
It was my next character.
Mm-hmm.
It was Majora's Mask. Yeah, that's my next character anyway.
I would say we kind of have to view them as one. Like...
They're 2 different characters, but because Majora's Mask has another different personality, and if you played good Majora's Mask, you will know Skull Kid was possessed to buy it. It says it so on the game.
No, the mask just brings out the darkness that's already within you. Like...
the mask is darkness. It makes you evil, no matter who has it on,
I don't
even
know.
Link.
Anyone else have?
Now
an
I know
opinion
why
on-
there's a creepypasta about it.
Yeah.
No one else have an opinion on it.
It's not my
We're like,
area of expertise.
Not really.
They-
Not from like an actual playing standpoint.
I think Skull Kid and Majora's Mask though should be one entry.
that was gonna be my next character.
Mm.
'Cause, I don't know.
I say for Majora's Mask is like the brain behind it all, because the last boss, you don't play with Skull Kid. You actually save Skull Kid from Majora's Mask, and the last boss from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is Majora's Mask. You played 3 forms of Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is the mastermind. Majora's Mask doesn't need no one. Well, actually, yeah, because Majora's Mask needs to possess someone to get what Majora's Mask wants.
Okay, but the mask is fine. But I think that the mask plus Skull Kid equal a perfect villain.
I say that. I get you, but I say like Majora's Mask could either like join forces with anyone to do the same things. Only he Skull Kid, because Skull Kid was passing through a moment, as you saw in the game, that was like sadness because his 4 friends, the 4 giants, were gone.
Right.
And he was alone. Majora's Mask used that to his advantage.
I mean, it's... I don't know. I think Skull Kid plus the mask is...
But yeah, it's a good team. I get you.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah, I'll throw one in.
Let's try and make these a bit shorter, because we're
Right.
taking a long time.
Okay. My next one. Right, guys, have you ever had a boss in a game that you didn't want to kill?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. This one is from.
No.
This one's from Dark Souls, and it's Sif the Great Wolf. SIF. Just SIF.
Oh. Wait. F?
F. F for Freddy.
Right. Dark Souls.
Yeah, Sif Dark Souls. Yeah.
There we go.
You see him there. He's essentially a wolf with a dirty great big wolf with a dirty great big sword in his mouth.
Right.
Now, the thing is, if you play this game,
What did you...
and you get the DLC for it, there is a little section where you do travel back in time to defeat an enemy, and Sith, as a puppy, actually helps you. And when you meet
Aww.
in the main game, you meet him as an enemy, and during the cutscene he approaches you, he actually looks remorseful that he has to fight you. But fight you he does. And yet, so he'll go off, grab that sword, he'll actually turn it in his mouth as well. It's not just, he's not just in there for show, he does use it.
Yeah.
And the worst part of this boss is, when you actually get near beating him, he'll actually start limping like a wounded dog, so you do actually feel sorry for him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, he's a hard boss to beat as well, but he's one of these
Yeah.
bosses that do not want to kill.
I was more concerned with trying to kill
That's
the fucker
so sad.
Yeah,
because it was so fucking hard. And I don't know, I'm not a dog person, so my heart doesn't melt when I have to kill a dog in a video game. Okay,
It's
maybe
not so
that's
much-
just
Mine
me.
does.
You're
It's not so
not
much
human.
Yeah.
I'm not human.
Yeah. It's not so much that.
I-
It's more like the dog knows you. The dog doesn't want to kill you, but
Yeah.
it has to do it.
That's
so
true.
Yeah,
So
well,
is he a
that's fine.
villain then? Or is he just trying to help you somehow? Like, is...
Well, he's not really trying to help you, is he? He's trying to kill you.
Well, he looks
Is the
really...
villain?
Okay, yeah, he helps you earlier
And
on
I
in
mean-
the game.
And then,
But maybe
but
he's...
if you don't do that bit where you have him helping you as a puppy, you don't get that. He just comes out teeth bared, grab a sword, right, you
Right.
fucker, come on then.
Okay. I was thinking maybe
That's
he's there in like a role as like I have to be an obstacle that you beat, you know, in order to, but that's not the case. Yeah, okay. Sif the wolf. Fucking hell.
Oh my god, that
That-
was so
That
sad.
battle.
Yeah.
That battle though. Fucking hell.
Yeah, you
Every
know what I mean,
battle
though,
in
don't you?
Dark Souls. I can't wait until Dark Souls comes out on the Switch. That's gonna be great.
When it's coming out?
It's getting remastered as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I think within the next couple months. Right. Nova, you got one?
I have about 3 more. This one people might get just because of the game that it's from.
What?
Some of you guys might, like not just you, but viewers also might get very annoyed with this one.
Just spit it out.
Which
man.
one it is?
Spit it out. We're ready.
Flowey from Undertale.
Ah, no! Why you choose Flowey?
Flowey.
Flowey, of all the villains out there, you choose a Flowey.
More specifically,
Undertale. Ugh.
So
this is the
People,
one that you
I hate
actually fight.
Undertale.
More specifically, it's the God version, which is that weird looking one with the television screen.
this.
That one.
Well,
Yeah.
Toby made a good work with the game. I praise him, but so overrated. Just
I've not
needs to die.
played it. So I don't know.
I haven't played it. So overrated. I won't. Toby, I have nothing like on you,
Okay.
but
Hmm?
it needs to die.
Okay, so Flowey, if you pay, if you play the neutral or true pacifist route in Undertale, he is completely a antagonist. Completely, like he tries to stop you from going home and releasing the monsters back up to the surface and all of that. But at the same time, if you play Genocide, he helps you. But you
Because
end up
it's
killing him.
Asriel.
Yeah, I give him that. He's still a
That
villain.
was the sad.
Yeah, that's
The real identity is Asriel. That's
Yeah.
why he helps you.
right. Okay, we got that. What was it? Okay, Flowey. Who's next?
Sorry.
You want me to put another one out?
Yeah.
Okay, my next one's Nemesis from Resident Evil 3.
Right, Nemesis. I will agree with you. Fucking hell. Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, because that was a game you appeared in. I mean, he was kind of different from all the other enemies that you had in Resident Evil games up until that point, because you play Resident Evil 1 and 2, and it was just literally a case of going through a room, oh, zombie, shoot that, oh, zombie, shoot that. You find a bigger monster, oh, put a few more bullets in that. With Nemesis it was different, because the story of Nemesis was he was sent into Raccoon City to find STARS members, which your character, Jill Valentine, was one of. It kind of made the game work a bit differently, though, because you had an element in the game of an enemy that was actively hunting for you.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't just something that you happened upon. There was actually something in the game looking for you, which kind of made it a little bit more tense. Even though when you play the game a few times, you realise he was only ever going to pop up in certain areas at certain times, but that first playthrough, it did make it a bit more tense. Because you were just wondering, is he going to pop out now and start throwing rockets at me, or whipping tentacles at me, or stuff like that? But yeah, I think he's a good villain simply because of that. He made the game more tense to play.
Oh.
Alright. I only have 2 left.
Yeah, so do I.
Same.
I have. Why do I have 3?
Well, you're
because
next.
you're next.
Oh! Am I? Okay. My next is Lucas Baker.
Lucas Baker from what?
Resident Evil 7.
Alright.
I've not played this one yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I only played the god-awful demo.
I like this character because he's so psycho-ish, and he puts Ethan, the main character of Resident Evil 7, through like a game. He plays a game with him. Like he needs to, Ethan needs to enter and look for Lucas. Lucas actually prepares the place to be like a party. Like, and a party with weapons and everything. And Lucas' goal is to kill Ethan in any way possible. He brings up balloons. There's a creepy clown. Like, Lucas mocks everything from Ethan. And at the end, Ethan actually fights him and beat him. Well, he doesn't actually die from Ethan. He dies later on a DLC. But still, the mastermind being like Lucas being the really psycho one, the ones who does the bombs, the traps, everything about him. Like, he tries everything to stop you, and that's why I like him so much.
Alright. I just realized I actually have 3 left. I'm gonna go with the one that I think people will disagree with me on. Cole McGrath from Infamous and Infamous 2.
I'm not familiar with that one, so I'll let you off.
Neither am
What?
Oh my god.
I've heard of Infamous. I've just never
I heard it,
got
but
into it.
I haven't played it.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Infamous is a game where you have a choice to be either good or evil. You play through all the missions, and there's a lot of choices where you can choose to be helpful, help people, be selfless or whatever, or be an asshole and just kill everybody. So basically, as you progress through the game, based on how you play the game, your character transforms.
Okay.
Your character is Cole McGrath, and you can either end up good Cole or evil Cole. Now,
Okay.
I was gonna say evil Cole, the character you play, but actually, I'm gonna say well, I'm gonna. I guess you guys don't know. It turns out that one of the main villains actually is Evil Cole, so he does count as a villain, even though you play as him.
Okay.
So I've liked. Now, maybe he's not the deepest character. Maybe he's not the most interesting character, but I enjoyed fucking playing as him and kind of projecting my own sort of idea of what a good villain is onto him. And so when I play as him and I wreak fucking havoc on the city, it just feels awesome. And that's why I've always loved the game. I understand if people say he doesn't count as a villain, but I disagree. No objections.
I wouldn't know, to be honest with you. I don't have a PlayStation 3 or 4, so
Well,
I've not played the Infamous games.
I would actually agree on you on that, because you either have a choice to be good or evil, and if you're evil, then
you're the fucking villain of the game.
exactly.
Fuck that shit.
I think what he's trying to get at is he's not a set in stone villain, is he? Whether he's a good guy or a villain is dependent on your actions, isn't he?
He is, due to time travel. The main villain, Kessler, is actually a future version of Cole that has basically gone down the worst possible path and become the most evil character, and you have to kill him. So he is his own villain, and that's why I wanted to put I was gonna put the main character from Knights of the Old Republic, but I decided that was too ambiguous. It's not really a set character because it's someone that you can customize and make whoever you want.
You're on about Darth Revan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn out to be the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
So another
Spoiler.
instance where, oh fuck that, everyone knows that. I knew that before I played the game, unfortunately. But yeah, I decided to leave that one off. Right, who's next? Getting down to our top twos here, which, you know what, Cole doesn't even belong that high on my list. He was just the second one I came up with.
Yeah.
I do have two more though. I think someone will probably have one of the two that I have, so fuck. Pixie, you wanna go next? Nope, Pixie's gone. Okay.
Where is she?
I don't know.
No idea. Maybe she excused herself and I didn't hear.
I didn't hear.
No, I didn't.
Alright, Gary, you want to go next?
Okay. Right. My next one is Vas Montenegro from Far Cry 3. I think it's VAAS.
Right. So,
Oh,
Oh,
she's
there
back.
she is.
I was talking
We
like
missed
You were
you.
muted. Fuck.
Yeah.
God.
Well,
why did you mute me?
I did
We
not
did it.
mute you. You muted yourself, and we're gonna have a long
I-
talk about this later. But for now,
I wasn't even muted. I was talking and then you
okay.
tell Scotty
We
to
all believe you. We all believe you. Let's.
I'm insulted here. You don't do that to Le Pizzi.
Blimey. No.
well,
Right. Yeah.
well,
Voss is
he-
pretty cool.
he's probably the most popular Far Cry villain
Yeah.
going at the moment because he's charismatic, he's funny, but he's an absolute fucking psychopath, isn't he? I mean, you meet him at the start of the game, he captures all your friends, kills your brother,
Yeah.
and he's just generally a pain in the backside to you for the first half of the game. I mean, that's the only thing that annoyed me about Far Cry 3 is this guy, you only get him for the first half of the game.
Yeah. That was
Um,
disappointing because he was a really likable villain, and I wanted to see more of him.
and to make matters worse, if you choose the bad ending of Far Cry 3, you get to shag his sister.
What? What?
You know the, what's her name, Citra?
She's what? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, there's two endings to Far Cry 3.
Yeah, I know
Um,
about the two endings, but how is she your sister?
No, she's his sister.
Oh, his. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said he's the main character's sister. That
No,
was-
no, no.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Voss
I said,
is a cool fucking villain. He's a fucking badass, and you know, if I wasn't afraid that he'd kill me, I'd probably work for him.
yeah,
But
you
he's-
just remember.
He's the sort of guy that, like, if you piss him off, you're fucking dead.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay, do you know what the definition of insanity is?
Yes, I do. Fucking hell. It's my job to take the piss here, okay? I don't know how else
Yeah.
to live. Right, okay, Voss. Good. Pixie,
Well,
what's your next one?
I was shocking. So yeah, mine was taken by you before. It was Ganon, but you were general. I'm gonna be a little more specific. I'm between these two Ganondorfs.
Mm.
I'm between the Twilight Princess one and the Wind Waker one. Why?
I agree.
Because those two are my favorite two Ganons. First of all, their deaths are really gruesome, if you can consider it that. Like a sword to the head and a sword to the heart.
Yeah.
So it was like the two games I most were like, oh my god, when Ganon's death.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
what I
like
was-
Ganon.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, Ganon dies in all these ways, and he always comes
Yeah.
back. You know?
A sword to the head, and then
Yeah.
a sword straight to the heart,
Yeah.
and
Um,
he's back. He managed to leave it again.
I don't know if those two games are in the same timeline, but
I think not. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care much about the timeline for real. I don't like it.
Okay, who still has two more?
I do.
I don't know how many I have because my paper flew away. I think I have one more.
This.
Okay.
My number 2 is Lord Emin from Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay.
Oh, that's a recent game.
How do you spell
So,
that? Emin.
Lord
Never
Emin,
mind, I got it.
E-M-O-N.
No, did I?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this the?
Yeah.
Is Is this owl face thingy?
Yeah.
What? I need to see
This
that
guy.
gameplay. That game seems pretty fun.
Yeah, I've not gotten that far in Shadow of the Colossus, so I don't know this character.
Oh. Mm.
Anyone recommends
And I
the
won't say
game?
anything about it. I'm not gonna.
Okay, we'll just say Lord Emin is cool because what like what? Okay, we'll talk about it.
Well,
If I'm not gonna
why?
spoil it for you.
Okay.
If
We'll talk about it later. We have arguing to do.
You why?
Okay.
I have one left.
So what? I know you have one left. I have two. My second last one. Wait, yeah, my second last is Atlas from BioShock.
Okay.
Ooh, I wish I thought of that.
Yes, Atlas / Fontaine from BioShock. Oh, I guess we'll search him up here. BioShock, there we are. So, Atlas, he basically pretends to be your friend throughout the whole game, but is secretly manipulating you into doing his every will. Basically, your character is being controlled by a certain trigger phrase, and every time he says it, you have to do whatever he requests of you. The way he manipulates the main character is really cool. The twist at the end is something that sticks with me to this day. The whole, like, the way he, like, he's like the one of the main villains, and he's the main villain, isn't he? He's like the final boss. Yeah.
He's the final boss in the game.
And he's disguised himself as your best friend throughout the entire game. Like, that's fucking brilliant.
God.
That's fucking brilliant, if you ask me. I love Atlas. I love the whole thing. Like, it's just great.
Yeah, it's kind of odd though, because the guy that you think is the main antagonist in the game at the start, Andrew Ryan,
Yes.
he kind of has to commit a sort of like an assisted suicide to prove the point to you that Atlas / Fontaine's the enemy. It's like you meet Andrew Ryan and he hands you a golf club and he proves to you that you've got this certain trigger phrase in your head, and the phrase is, "Would you kindly?" Yeah, like he'll ask you to do something, then say, "Would you kindly?" and your character's compelled to do it, and you don't even notice it at the start, do you? Like at the very start when he's getting off the bathysphere, he's saying, "Would you?"
A crowbar or something.
Yeah. You and you're heading off doing it, and you're thinking, "Oh yeah, I was kind of compelled to do it."
See, what I thought when I heard that was, I'm like, ooh, are we playing fucking Half-Life?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a wrench. Okay.
Yeah, but then but for Andrew Ryan to prove the point to you, he gives you a golf club and then says,
and that scene,
"Would you kindly?"
Yeah, that scene is why I didn't pick Andrew Ryan, because Andrew Ryan's a pretty cool villain also, but he was definitely upstaged by Fontaine / Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of them, you know, like this is one of those betrayal sort of things where he doesn't start off as your enemy. Well, he is your enemy, but you just don't know it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, is everybody down to 1 now?
Yep.
I'm down to 1.
Yep.
Okay. So, I really thought someone would have gotten my number 1 by now. Let's see. Who wants to go first with their number 1?
Well, you might as well go now.
I guess I will. My number one.
Is
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
yes.
GLaDOS. Hang on, I didn't spell it right.
Yeah, but you've got the image up.
There we go. GLaDOS. Yes. Fucking GLaDOS from the Portal games is
I knew she was gonna come up in this.
my favorite villain of all time, video game wise. I love the way she taunts you and mocks you throughout the game. It's hilarious, and it's just like it's one of the few games that I will come back to constantly, and it is almost completely for her character. Just hilarious, menacing, always one step ahead of you. I absolutely love GLaDOS.
Okay.
Pixie, what's your number one?
My number one character is from the Evil Within 2, Stefano Valentini.
Ah. Stefano?
Stefano Valentini.
Alright. Why is this the greatest video game villain of all time?
I saw the full gameplay and I really liked the character because her best friend, who was a model, died in front. Well, she was killed in front of him, and that traumatized him on a level to consider murder and a part of art, and in a level that he killed a bunch of people just to take pictures of them. And he always said the person's death was like an art for him, and he needed to capture that exact moment of death. And the sinister things he did, I really liked them. Like, it's really interesting, his story.
He does
behind
sound
that.
interesting. I haven't played it, but from what you've said, I'm on board.
He's the first villain, because in the game, the Resident Evil, the Evil Within 2, you have two bosses. The first one is Valentini. Then, as you progress the story, you fight the real boss, the main one.
Right.
But
Okay.
it's amazing, the story behind Valentino.
Have you guys played it?
I haven't, no.
No.
You have to, guys. You have to.
I haven't played it either,
I
so I
thought
can't.
you did
really
play
say.
Resident Evil 7 and the Evil Within. I thought you guys did.
No. I
That's
haven't
what I
played it.
mentioned. That's what I mentioned.
Okay.
Okay,
Two left.
number one.
Scotty, what do we got?
Well, my last one. Right. My last one is from the game StarCraft 2, and he goes by the name Arcturus Mensk.
Right. How do we...
ARCTUR.
Right. Okay.
There. Yeah. Now, right. The reason why I picked him is this guy's basically a monster.
Right.
Right. Basically, the game he's in, StarCraft 2, it's set in another galaxy. It's sort of like a space real-time strategy game, made by Blizzard. If you like games like Command and Conquer, you like StarCraft and StarCraft 2. Basically, this guy, he leads a revolution, which results in hundreds of thousands of people dying. Becomes emperor of that galaxy, but during becoming emperor of the said galaxy, he betrays one of his closest lieutenants, a woman named Sarah Kerrigan, who gets turned into a monster herself, and she goes on to slaughter millions of people because of that. So basically, this guy's just got a lot of blood on his hands. And you are probably not explaining it too well. You probably need to play the game and look up the character Sarah Kerrigan. Basically, what happens is during one mission, they're fighting this alien race called Zerg, and they're basically like the xenomorph of an alien. Right? During one mission, he ends up abandoning her during one of these missions. But rather than them killing her and ripping her apart, they capture her and turn her into one of them. And basically, because of that, she goes off around the galaxy and she murders millions of people. And I was going to put her as my main choice, but considering it's not really her fault, more his, that's why I picked him instead.
Well, I haven't played it, but he seems like from what you've described, a very good villain.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bit of trouble with, characters that we don't all know. I don't know. We'll work on that in a minute. Nova, what have you got for your number one spot?
Probably something that you guys haven't heard of.
That's fine.
And that is Wiseman the Wicked from Nights into Dreams, Journey of Dreams.
What?
Okay. I have played the game. I'm not too familiar with the villain.
Which game is that? I haven't played them.
I've never heard of this one.
Knights? It's like the fucking... It's a Sega title.
What's it about?
So you play as the character, or as the protagonist called Knights, and you destroy what's called Nightmarens, who are created by Wiseman, and basically from what I've been told is that the only way to destroy Wiseman is to destroy all of the Nightmarens. But the thing is that the protagonist that you play as was a Nightmaren created by Wiseman.
Okay.
So you have to destroy yourself in order to destroy Wiseman and everyone that he's created to.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So, here we have... Fuck, how many do we have?
Hey, you forgot Lucas.
What?
You
On
didn't
the
type
left, you
Lucas in.
forgot Lucas.
Lucas from what?
From
Resident
Resident
Evil 7.
Evil.
Oh, okay.
You
Right.
forgot my Lucas.
Was it with a C or with a K? With a K. Right. Doesn't matter.
No, it was with a C.
Okay.
We'll see.
Alright, so we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 27, no, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay. We have 32.
Rubik is not
Wow.
from Diablo 3, by the way.
Huh?
Rubik is not from Diablo 3.
No, which one was that?
Urzel.
Urzeal was from...
But I
Okay.
kind of suspect he's not going to make the top
Rubik
10
is from
anyway.
the Evil Within 1.
Okay, right. Okay,
It's Diablo.
Right, I'm gonna put this up here so everyone can see. This is the list so far. It's long and it needs to be cut down.
So, should we cut it down?
Yeah,
At least 10?
I think we should... Oh, what is... I think that we should each... Maybe we should throw out some ones that we think should be taken off this list.
Eggman, Bowser, get him out of there.
Flowey! Get him out!
Eggman, Flowey, okay.
Flowey? Why Flowey?
No?
Because it's...
Okay.
Why
I keep
not?
Okay, we can...
Eggman can
Okay.
go.
We can
You
all
gotta
agree...
say why you gotta take it off.
We can all agree on Eggman, then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eggman and Bowser
I
can
want-
get out of here.
Flowey out.
Do you guys agree with me on Bowser?
Yeah, Bowser can go.
Yeah, it's too plain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna take one of mine off. I'm gonna take Cole McGrath off. I don't think he is that. I don't think he belongs on the top 10 video game villains list.
Yeah.
I think he's an interesting character.
I think the same goes to Sia.
Mm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Urzel can go.
Which one?
Urzel, my first one.
Ozil. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pixie, how do you feel about taking Shadow off the list?
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Excuse me a second, guys.
Shadow's my favorite, my bae, my everything, but in comparison to the other ones that we have some competition.
Yeah.
Taking round.
Okay. Goodbye, Shadow.
Mm.
Bye, Shadow. I love you, Shadow. I'm sorry, Shadow.
Shadow is a cool character. I don't think he belongs on the top 10
Shadow.
video game villains.
I know Stefano, Lucas, and Rubik deserve to be there. Just for their amazing stories, the backstories that
Okay.
three characters have. Flowey doesn't need to be on the top 10.
She does not like Flowey, mate.
No, it's not that I don't like him. I understand the story behind Undertale, even though I haven't played it. Trust me, I do. I know it's Asriel. I know he's possessed. I know everything. Only if you see Flower in comparison with the other characters we discussed here, it doesn't match. See what I'm saying, guys? Also,
Yeah,
I
have
hate
to agree.
I haven't actually seen any from past year.
Oh, you said
Like,
the
if-
one from the Colossus, so.
Right, I'm back.
Well, yeah, but that one was originally a PS2 game.
Oh, I didn't knew that.
How do you guys feel about taking?
Flowy off.
Are we? Have we decided on that?
Yeah, we are. I talk
I guess.
for everyone here. We are.
Okay.
I thought we.
Most of the one,
We're never-
a lot of the ones that we don't all know probably will be gone.
Yeah,
Sif.
I think Sif can go.
This, I
is
don't
a-
know who he is, so.
It's the wolf from Dark Souls. It's an interesting
Ah, the wolf!
character, but we don't
The
know.
backs.
We don't know much about him. We don't know his motivation or his backstory. We just know he's a wolf that's there to kill us.
But
Um,
Scotty, you told us when he was a baby, when he was a puppy, he helped your character.
Yeah, but when he grows up, he's trying to take your head off with a big sword.
Oh, he has no choice.
Yeah.
he's just. I don't see him as like a mastermind sort of thing. You know, like the
Yeah,
original villain.
You kind of need agency if you want to be a villain, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dago, Steph. I love
Uh.
you. I love you. Skull, get out!
Skull Kid.
The mastermind is Majora's Mask.
Did we decide
Let's
they're
be
the Did we decide they're the same thing or not?
It's
Hey,
the
Okay.
same thing.
They
I
are.
think they can both go past.
Yeah. I think
From-
we can lose. If we're gonna lose Skull Kid, we're gonna lose Majora's Mask as well.
well,
For real.
if you really look at it, Skull Kid's power was from the mask. So who's
Exactly.
Mm.
Really,
Yeah, but the mask
quote unquote,
wasn't.
better.
The mask wasn't a character. The Skull Kid was a character.
But the mask was a character, you
No, it
know.
wasn't. It was a mask with an evil spirit in it.
Exactly, and the spirit it's called Majora's Mask. The spirit actually talks to you. When like
Actually,
he doesn't
the spirit
possess
is called
Kid.
Majora, not Majora's Mask. Okay, the mask.
I know, but you know, Majora's is the mask, so Majora's Mask.
We
Go
lose-
get out.
I don't know. I put
Or-
my 2 cents in.
Should we lose Majora's Mask?
You should, for your sake.
Okay. Who
What
was
did you did?
The throw was mine. Was
from Virtua Fire?
and
Majora's
Yeah,
Mask.
basically, if I remember this right from the anime, something that I completely forgot about is that Durl can learn as it fights a person.
Right.
So anything, any power, anything that can be copied will be. So that kind of thing. So even if it's like Durl versus someone like completely different from another game, she will learn and pick up on everything and like.
Still though, is this like top 10 of all time material?
I see.
Technically,
I
she
tried
created-
no.
By an evil organization, so she was more of a pawn than like a mastermind.
So like as a villain, do you think she belongs on this list? I think she belongs on this list about as much as Shadow the Hedgehog does.
Oh.
Because
Alright.
she seems to have the same role as Shadow, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Seems
so,
sort
yeah.
of, yeah. Created to do whatever, but not really an evil presence. Not really. Doesn't really have much of a plan. Just kind of there as like a
Yeah, kind of like a search and destroy,
yeah.
basically.
A pawn isn't a great villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of need agency to be a villain.
Yeah.
You have to be the one deciding
No.
to do the bad stuff. There's a hell of a list to go through, isn't it?
Yep.
Um.
We still have a long way to go.
Okay.
So, what's next?
I'm gonna say we can take Ridley down unless anyone objects.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say take it down.
Okay.
I kind of want to say take Emin off because, well, I mean, eventually when you get to the end of Shadow of the Colossus, you can figure like you can get your thoughts on it, but until then,
Okay.
probably just
So we're not gonna talk about this villain because spoiler warnings.
exactly.
Shadow of the Colossus just came out on PS4, right?
Yeah, it did. Remastered and everything. It looks beautiful.
I'm gonna finally get my.
I wanna check the gameplay out to see him.
Okay.
About 20 there.
10 more to go.
I think Monica can go.
Monica. Who was that again?
The one I told you about from Doki Doki Little.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because doesn't she die protecting you or something like that?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
It can go. Take it down. Delete her.
I did. What about King Dice?
King Dice was the one from
Cuphead is a really, really hard villain. He might not be the exact the actual villain, but he's the villain's right hand.
Yeah, they don't have to be.
You gotta admit it's better than the devil itself.
Huh?
It's better than the devil itself. The devil is the last boss.
Yeah.
The devil. We should have the devil on this list.
The devil.
Just
the devil's way too easy.
The devil.
Of a boss.
The devil has appeared in many different forms in many different games, and
that is true.
Probably is, one of the greatest villains of all time. If we're getting, technical, if we want to get into all of mythology and literature and whatnot, you could say that the devil is certainly one of the most iconic villains of all time. In video games, though, I don't think I could come up with a specific.
Dante's Inferno.
There's so many.
Yeah, Dante's Inferno.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark.
Down, guys.
I wanted to say. Down. I also wanted to add Death.
From where?
Mostly Castlevania.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to shorten the list though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Not bad.
So okay.
Right.
What?
The same logic you use to get rid of Duro, you can use to get rid of Nemesis.
Yeah, I kind of like.
Who was Nemesis?
I kind of like Nemesis though. Nemesis is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but like we said about Duro, I mean, Duro ain't a villain, it's a tool.
Okay. Yeah, Nemesis would probably be one of the best monsters if you're making a list of monsters.
Good God. This list. Take her down.
What?
Are you gonna take it down or are you gonna stick with him?
What?
Nemesis.
I took it
Yeah, it's
down.
gone.
Are you on a delay? Are you not seeing?
No, I can't. I'm not seeing the screen right now.
Oh, okay. How do we feel about Dr. Cortex?
I
He's
don't know
probably the
who
most
he is.
successful one, really.
Okay, we can leave
Yeah.
him alone.
Who is he?
What about the
Um,
end?
I can't remember that one.
Yeah, the end.
The
The
end-
end should go.
The end is
Or that?
cool. The end is
It's-
cool. It's an interesting gimmick as far as gameplay goes.
You
But-
can wait until he dies.
Not all that memorable as a character.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, get rid of the end.
Okay.
What about Bass or Atlas?
Atlas. I think
Excuse me.
I think Atlas deserves to be at the very top of the list.
Who is Atlas? Tell me who
He's
it is.
the villain of a Bioshock.
BioShock. He's the one that manipulates you into thinking he's your friend throughout the whole game, but he's been
Yeah.
mind
He
controlling you.
deserves to be here.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of villains that I would like praise more than him.
That was really awesome. A really cool mechanic they did there for that villain. Gain your trust, then stop doing the bad.
What about
so we've got
Dracula? I forget which one.
From
That was,
Castlevania.
Dracula is like I think I said Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but
I think it's
just throughout the
lame.
whole Castlevania series. How is Dracula lame?
I think he should stay. For me, my opinion, Dracula's kind of cool.
I thought you said he was lame.
No.
no, I was just trying to remember.
Are you triggered?
You do realise we're talking about a guy whose favourite means of execution was shoving a long wooden pole up your arse.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's fucked up.
Dracula is one of my favorite all-time characters, so
Yeah. Like, you read up on him, the real Dracula. Because he was a real person,
I
believe it or
think
not.
it deserves to be on the list.
the question is Dracula still alive today?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm glad you
That's
can all be
Them.
so certain, okay, but I happen to be afraid of vampires.
Oh, for real?
I'm not afraid of them, but I believe they might exist.
Same.
Maybe, but
And I would
Yeah.
like to be one if they did. So,
then
any
go to
vampires
Transylvania.
Jay. Out there?
Jay
Yeah.
wants to sparkle.
Transylvania for you.
No, fuck that shit.
Go to Transylvania.
I would
Good
not
luck.
want to be. I would not want to be a Twilight vampire. Okay, like you could. Yes, you could go in the sunlight, but you would sparkle. Okay, that's embarrassing.
And your girlfriend would be absolutely fucking useless.
Okay.
Sparkle of a diamond.
I still think. Hang on, Ruvik. Let's.
What about Rubik?
Let me take another.
Okay, I guess it was.
Let me.
What? Give me a reason.
Let me take another look at Ruvik. I don't remember what he looked like.
Rubik is the really awesome dude you told.
Hang on.
The one from the Evil Within 1.
No, fuck. Go away.
What are you buying?
Huh?
What are you buying?
Nothing. I don't know what the fuck is happening. No, I've been doxxed. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It says where I am. Fuck.
Sorry, when you're editing it, just like blur it out or
What
something.
the fuck is this? What is happening to me? Why am I... Web-
Have you gone on
What?
the
I
shopping
was in
website?
shopping. Okay, fuck that shit.
There you
Oh
are.
my god. I'm pissed.
I told you that's the guy who,
Right.
when he was a little kid, had traumas,
Yeah,
and his mind was used on the machine.
he's pretty
And
cool.
and thanks to him, everything went wrong.
Yeah, you know who I think
All
is
the time.
you know who I think is not cool though?
What are you doing?
Nothing. You know who I think is not cool though?
One.
King Dice. King Dice is not a
Take
cool
him
character.
down. Just take him down. I know you can.
Okay.
It's getting replaced.
Fuck.
It's getting harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get rid of Minsk. Minsk can go.
See, if I knew who he was, I would probably agree with you on keeping
Who's
him.
Vass? Who's Vass?
But Vass is the psycho from Far Cry 3.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to do this. Pagan Min versus Voss.
Sephiroth.
Oh.
And have,
Pagan Min versus.
No.
Okay, who
Are
was
we allowed?
Mega Man?
Are we allowed to have 2 Far Cry villains on the list?
No! One!
Here's the problem here. Here's the problem here. I would pick Pagan Min over Vass, but I know I am in the extreme minority there.
That's actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, it's a hard choice.
Just pick one.
I would probably agree with you though. But
Alright, flip a coin.
Voss is really cool though. I don't want to get rid of Voss.
I think Vass is a key. I think they're both keepers, to be honest.
You know what? Yeah, they're both.
Then Vass is the keeper, then the other one is bye-bye.
No, I think Pagan Min also is. Like, you know what? Far Cry is really good as a series. They're really good at making villains. They're just, you know, they come up with a villain, they make it the fucking mascot of the game, and there's a reason for that. Like, these villains are pretty iconic and pretty cool. So I'm gonna say, in the end, I'm not against them both being on there. That being said, if someone has a reason to take one of them off, then
I don't have a reason because I don't know them, so I cannot give an opinion.
Wise Man the Wicked. I'd say he's a cool looking villain, but
you should go.
That's the one where you have to kill the protagonist to kill him.
So you have to kill
from
yourself.
the night
He
series,
was
right?
the one like that kills the thing that you are, and you have to kill yourself to kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. He's a cool looking villain. We can pull him up. Ah, fuck. What did I do? I killed it. Fuck.
A lot of editing is going into this video, eh?
Fuck that, I'm not editing shit.
You should!
I think you might have to. The time it's taken us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the whole,
someone will actually see a 2-hour video
why not?
of this.
Why not?
No. This video needs to be cut a lot. Trust me.
Fuck.
Because, okay. A little bit more in depth with the storyline is that he creates two characters, the protagonist and one other that looks like it, like the protagonist, but the protagonist has like they both have free will, so they do whatever they want. One wants to fight against Wiseman, but the other one wants to stay and help.
I'm not saying that you're wrong about this character, but it's kind of hard for us all to agree on him when most of us haven't played the game. I don't know. He's a cool character, but does he go on the top 10? Nobody has anything to say. Fine.
He's a bit vague for my tastes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might have to cut him if we want to get to a... I don't know, anyone else have any suggestions for cutting?
I mean, we could do a top 15 and add one more.
Should we go Sephiroth off?
Get rid of Sephiroth?
Yeah.
I'd rather get rid of Xehanort.
Why Xehanort? I want Xehanort in.
Let's see.
Who's GLaDOS?
From Portal.
Oh, the Portal. Okay.
Yeah, the AI that fucks with you in Portal.
Yeah. This is tough.
It is, and
we gotta narrow it down.
And we have to.
Sorry, just add one more and make it a top 15, and we're good.
That's cheating.
We said top 10. We're doing top 10.
It's cheating. We can't.
Wait, guys, we gotta narrow it down.
We have to get rid of 4 of these.
It's Vass or Albert. No, Vass or Atlas, wasn't?
We can get rid of. We can get rid of Vaz.
One of the two. One has to go.
Ganon was.
Ganon is from The Legend of Zelda. How can you not know him?
I've only played the first 2, okay?
I'm willing to take Ganon off the list.
Why?
Because we need to call the list, that's why.
Okay, Ganon can go.
See, that's what we have to ask ourselves is, does this character belong in the top 10? Okay?
Vass or Atlas, choose now.
Stefano, I think, can go. Stefano, I think, can go.
Stefano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like more Rubik than Stefano. If it's...
Are we cutting him?
Yeah, kill him.
We can cut him.
Okay.
We can cut Ass
we have
or
12
Atlas.
more.
Are we gonna cut Vass?
Yeah, get rid of Vass.
Okay.
Oh, I could hear the howls of outrage.
Sephiroth. And yes.
Yeah, I'd cut Lucas.
Lucas better.
I like Wesker better.
Because you guys played, but if you guys will play the... Okay. Yeah, guys, go.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Bye, Luca. Bye.
Okay.
I tried.
We have 10.
Yay.
Now we have to number them.
Oh my... Please, no.
I'd take GLaDOS number 1. Definitely.
What?
Yeah, we
I
cannot
take
number
GLaDOS
them. because you will number Rubik
Okay.
really low down because you guys haven't played the game.
Okay.
Be like that, no numbers.
So there's gonna be a lot of arguing here. So I think it would make sense if I just have final say on everything. Is that cool with you guys?
No,
Alright,
No.
Adolf.
It better.
No.
It
No.
better not be fucking cool with you guys. You fucking pussies. You fucking pushovers. You need to stand up to me. Fucking hell.
Are we gonna go
Stand
into a
up to me.
gulag if we do?
Tell me I'm a fucking asshole.
like
We don't need to tell you you're an arsehole, we know you're an arsehole. It's pretty
Personally,
evident that you are an arsehole.
personally, okay. I'm gonna propose. Well, okay. How about this? Everybody nominate your number one spot.
My number one would be Gladys,
Yeah, that's mine too.
definitely.
Yep, I'll concur with that.
Okay.
Rubik.
Ruvik is. I agree he belongs on the list, but like not all. We don't all know him very well, so I don't think we can give him number one.
Why? And since I don't know some of the ones you guys know,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna no.
To be completely fair, the only one that I actually knew that you guys said, like out of you three who said them, was Gladys. That was it.
I don't know that guy. I don't know Gladys. I don't know Albert. I don't know Pagan. I don't know Dr. Cortez. I don't know Atlas.
We
and
fucking.
all-
What do you mean you don't know these characters? We fucking showed them.
Wait,
to
you don't know Dr.
Yeah, but
Cortez?
I don't know because I haven't played the game
Well,
of the
You've never
of
played Resident Evil game.
the four,
we've all
but
got
lately.
we've all got stuff that we don't know about. That's on the list, and
But when I said
that's
Crash,
fine. But them being number one, you know, we'd have.
Let's not
One,
number
two,
them
three, we
because
have to,
we're
like-
never gonna finish. We number them. Trust me. We're gonna stay like 5 hours and we're not gonna have them.
I think we should just vote on each one, and whichever ones get like.
number 2.
Number two, I would put Dracula or Sephiroth in number 2.
I was thinking either Dracula or Xenort.
Xehanort, yeah. You know what?
I was thinking Dracula or Pagan Min.
Okay, so
What about Pixie?
yeah, what do you think for number 2?
Okay, since I haven't played those games, I really don't know. Who was Atlas again?
Atlas was the guy from BioShock.
Oh,
I forget what was it that he did?
He manipulates you throughout the whole game and basically like controls your every move.
I should say he will go on second.
Atlas?
I think so. Yeah, because that like
As Rubik should be
Psychological
third, since
So-
it's
like-
psychological too, and he messes with
Okay.
everyone's brain.
Ruvik,
Yeah.
is,
Because
Ruvik
and
was cool. We'll put
you're-
him high up. I'll agree with you.
your character and everyone else is in Rubik's mind.
Right.
Not
I agree with you. I'm agreeing.
He's staying where he is. He's staying where he is.
Pixie, I'm agreeing. We're leaving it at number 3. Okay? Because I like the idea of this character, and I will play that game.
You should just
because-
watch the gameplay after this.
I don't like watching gameplay. I like actually playing the game for myself.
Well, play the game.
Uh,
It's better.
I like those.
At a
So,
team.
should we put Dracula at number 4 then?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
No?
Yeah. Who's
Hmm.
Dr. Cortex again? And Pagan Min?
Pagan Min's Far Cry 4, Dr. Cortex is Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. Yeah, Dracula third. Then what Pagan Min did? What did Pagan Min did?
He's a dictator.
He's the one that if you that has that secret ending at the beginning where if you don't do anything.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
I think Dr. Cortex then Pagan Min.
I was actually thinking Cortex would be a bit lower, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or
then
maybe Xehanort up. Like in between Albert and Pagan.
Xehanort is cool. I'll admit, like, he's got like the
He has
fact
a
that he's got like
right?
so many different versions of himself and he's like everywhere is a cool idea.
He has Zora! Wait, no. He has Roxas.
Mm-hmm.
Lumbering.
I'd swap out Wesker with Sephiroth.
I agree. I want to put Sephiroth higher.
He needs to go higher.
And Xehanort too, you know. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that's agree.
Maybe we'll put Sephiroth and then Wesker. Then Pagan Min. Then Xehanort. Then Cortex, then Wiseman.
I'd say probably Wiseman before Cortex.
I like it this way, so.
I think we're there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think Cortex is just a bit more iconic as a character.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. You
Okay.
don't know a lot about the wise men.
I think we have it. I think we have our list.
We have him!
How do I get rid of this? So, we've got our number 1 is GLaDOS from Portal. Our number 2 is Atlas/Fontaine from BioShock. Our number 3 is Ruvik from The Evil Within. Our number 4 is Dracula from the assorted Castlevania series of games. Number 5 is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Number 6 is Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil series. Number 7 is Pagan Min from Far Cry 4. Number 8 is Xehanort from the Kingdom Hearts series. Number 9, Dr. Cortex from the Crash Bandicoot series. And number 10, Wiseman the Wicked from the Nights into Dreams games. That's a pretty respectable list right there. And yeah, I'm happy with that. What do you guys think?
Alright.
I think we did well.
I do kind of think that the next, if there is a next time that we do a top 10, that it should be a bit more specific.
Yeah, I mean this is just like this episode idea is this is an experimental episode, you know. We got some bugs to work out, you know. I thought we'd try this. I thought it'd make an interesting change instead of just, you know, rather than just news articles all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
I like this, honestly.
Yeah, this was quite cool, I thought.
Yeah, and that's why I don't
It
want to.
was-
That's why I don't want to cut it. I want to leave it so that people can see the whole journey that we took. You know, all the arguments and disagreements, and you know, Pixie being an unreasonable.
Oh, thank you. No, every time
You're
it's
so
something
nice
up-
to Pixie, Jay.
I
You're so
stopped.
nice to her.
I stopped short of using the C word. Okay, I have class. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. You don't have nothing.
I'm sorry, Pixie.
Bastard.
No, I actually I agree with most of your choices, Pixie.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
this
don't like it.
this list that we have here. I think this is a pretty good agreement that we've all come to, and
I mean,
I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy with any of the items on this list, even Wise Man, because he's from what I saw, he's a cool looking character, and you know, I did like the Knights. I don't know. I played one of them. I liked it. I had the one on the Wii, and I really enjoyed it. So it's not from some shite game series that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Our list.
So yeah.
And even though we have different opinions and different areas of expertise, well, we did good, basically.
And obviously
we learned.
Obviously my opinions are the right ones, but
No.
Yeah.
No.
I kind of noticed you got the
An
top
opinion
two.
is just that. An opinion.
what was that?
That
I said I kind of noticed the top two ones were yours.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then the bottom
Like, 'cause
two
they
were
are
mine.
that's because
Boss. You are not the boss of any of us.
I know that. Fucking hell, Pixie will rip me a new one. You know.
You have no idea, man. You have
Yeah.
no idea. Don't mess with a Latina. Never in your life.
Fucking Gary puts me in my place too. Let's be honest. You guys.
Never in your life mess with a Latina.
I've messed with plenty of Latinas. Okay.
Then I don't recommend messing.
I did that
with
once. Worst mistake in my life.
So. And most of all, never with a Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah,
Up.
Well,
that was my mistake.
yeah.
No,
We can.
Woman.
I'm from Puerto Rico. Never mess with a Puerto Rican and a Latino.
Well, we can all argue about what the master race is, but let's not go there. All right, this has been great. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you guys for being on. If you want to watch any of these people's lovely channels, look in the fucking description and you will see links to each person's channel. Go subscribe to everybody and subscribe to this fucking channel if you haven't. If you sat through this 2-hour thing, okay, and you haven't subscribed to us, then there is something seriously wrong with you. Okay?
Nobody's gonna listen to us talking for 2 hours. Trust me on that. Trust.
Okay, it's been great. Thanks everyone. Peace out.